Hello. It is the late night live on a Tuesday. And normally it's on a Thursday, but the reason it's on a Tuesday for me is because Thursday is the money line. It's called the late night live, and it's late night somewhere. It's late night over in the UK. It's 2 a.m. in the UK. If you're stateside, it's slightly late. It's 8:16 on the East Coast. Now, if you're on the West Coast, it's late evening, early evening, late afternoon. But the late night live is not because of the time. It's all because of the vibe. Welcome to the show. I hope you guys are well. Late night live, gonna chat it up. Not a typical Q&A because the people's opinions are valued for me. This show will stand because I got to hear from the people every single week. And that's why it's on Tuesday, not Thursday, because I'm doing Money Line Thursday. So I figure, you know what? Let's go through the card tonight. And then tomorrow, I'll just do a live stream Q&A, obviously after this week's Best MMA Bets. I hope you guys are well, though. Good to see everybody in the chat. The Money Line is postponed because Finchman is working. He did his confident picks. And then he's working in the evening hours, so unable to do the show tonight. When 9/11 happened, you know where I was? I was ice skating. I was fucking ice skating, bro. Sleuth, I have no idea what you're talking about. Please elaborate. I don't know. It's not the same? It's a different channel? What is it? I got to look it up. I have no idea. I don't know. Instability, I guess. That doesn't make any sense. Who knows, man? I had to block him from here because he's always saying just negative, crazy shit. So he's an unsteady individual, unfortunately. I don't really remember clearly. I just remember I was ice skating that day. Outside of that, I don't know. Didn't we just see Sharpudin get his boxing exposed? Feel like he's getting slept by Oleksiejczuk. Yeah, but are you forgetting that Oleksiejczuk's arm was fucking broken against Kevin Holland? And now he's magically turning around and ready to fight? What do you think about Paris mocking God and them going out of power only for the church to be lit the fuck up? Don't mock God. Hernanov, my thoughts on that is, yeah, it's a fucking disgrace. The Olympics are a disgrace. Completely fucking disgrace. The Olympics are not only a disgrace because of the blasphemy against Christianity, but they're also a disgrace because there are two biological males in women's boxing. And they say, no. Both of these biological males, science fucking says, both of these men, they want to identify as women outside of fighting. Sure. Do whatever you want. I don't care. Have XY chromosomes. But no. They're women. Don't believe me. No. People on Twitter fucking commenting to my shit like they got brains. Their heads are up their asses. If the XY chromosome is in, how the fuck is that possible, bro? How the fuck is that possible? It's a disgrace. You know who's a real disgrace? Sugar Sharp. Because I'm not a brainwashed Trump supporter, man. You know what I am? Clear-headed. Logical. I wouldn't fall in line with the fucking tyranny, bro. But many of you, unfortunately, are fucking brain dead. I think it comes down to lack of faith, lack of logic. Lack of wisdom. Because it's definitely not a lack of intellect. It's definitely not a lack of education. There's a lot of smart people that are brainwashed into, supporting shit like the Olympics having a mockery of the Last Supper or a mockery of having, trans athletes competing against women. But this is how it goes down. When the final times reach, remember something. Left becomes right, up becomes down, wrong becomes right. It is what it is. But you know what one beautiful thing is that we have that is absolute in front of us? One beautiful thing that will exist for as long as I think society goes forth is the UFC. Is the motherfucking UFC. It's the UFC. I like Trump over Kamala Harris, for sure. You can't sell me otherwise. But do I think that he's the greatest fucking candidate that could possibly exist? Probably not. But I'm not going Kamala. I'll tell you that much. But it don't matter about my political opinions because politics ultimately is going to distract you from something beautiful we got every week. The UFC, bro. Without the UFC, I ain't shit. Without the UFC, the world might as well end. Without the UFC, what do we have, bro? Soccer? I'm watching soccer on the weekends? Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Truth lies somewhere in the middle. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. That's something I've always felt. But you can't. You have to pick one extreme or the other. So I go for what I think is the lesser of two evils. And that's all. Lesser of two evils is me. Don't agree? That's fine. I don't hate you. People hate people for different political opinions. Very strange time. Very weird time. But the UFC, it don't matter. It's fighting. And that's why I love it. UFC #1. Fuck everything else. Let's keep this show from here on out mostly centered about UFC. But I'm just going to say one last time. You guys need to band together on the side of this fucking absolute atrocity happening in women's amateur boxing with the Olympic shit. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. And if you support it, you're part of the problem. Doesn't matter about politics. It matters about right and wrong. Absolutes is male bone structure at birth. Doesn't matter. You want to transition. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. That's fine. I'll respect. You want to do it, do it. Go. I don't care. But when it comes into sports, when it comes into combat, you're fucking delirious, bro. If you sport that BS, if you stand there and say that's okay, you're a problem. You're a societal issue and you're a disgrace. So yes. Yes. Hey, good preaching. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Listen, amen. Amen. God bless this beautiful stream. Amen. It's going to be a beautiful stream today. You're going to bet on it? I guess take advantage of the flawed society, Money Mauler. Holy shit. All right. So I do want to discuss what happened last week with your guys' picks last week. I'm going to wait. I'm not going to brag yet. I'm not going to talk my shit. But this is 2 weeks in a row where I've had you guys' number. So last week, the people picked, if I can find it, clicked on the wrong stream. The people's picks from last week were Shauna Bannon, same as mine. Mick Parkins, same as mine. Sam Patterson, same as mine. Mohammad Mokaev, same as mine. Oban Elliott, same as mine. I think I swayed you. Modestas Bukauskas, same as mine. Colin Loughran, same as mine. Absolute L for all of us there. Molly McCann, you guys were confident on Molly. I fucked up too. 81% on her. Loss, same as mine. Nathaniel Wood, win. But, actually, you got Allen too. But you guys did fumble. You didn't trust me on RoboCop, and that was a rough one for the people. Patty Pimble was correct, as was Aspinall, and then Edwards taking the fat L for all of us. So I went 11 wins and 3 losses on the last card. You guys went 10 wins and 4 losses, which altogether, like, you know what? The people's picks did really well. 11 and 3 for the last card was a rare fucking call. I saw somebody tag me in Twitter that I'm the only person that went 11 and 3. So I was like, hey, that's dope. That's fucking dope. I'm very happy. Do you see Marab and Sean O'Malley get into it? I didn't see the clip, bro. Where is it? On Twitter? I didn't see shit. I don't know why, but my Twitter is just getting flooded with a ton of this fucking political stuff. I'm like, holy shit, I gotta create a second Twitter, man. I don't even follow these political accounts, and they're just blowing me up. What's good, everybody that just joined? I appreciate you all. All right, I guess I have to go to Twitter to see what's going on with Merab and O'Malley. First thing, let's see. First thing on my Twitter, Judge Joe Brown called Kamala Harris a POS. Oh shit. That's funny. I'm not seeing it. I'm on championship rounds. They should have everything. Where's this O'Malley interaction? Come on, man. I'm just gonna look up Sean O'Malley. This should help. Sugar Sean O'Schmalley. Sean O'Malley. It's not that I don't want to show you guys Twitter. I just don't feel like having to be all the political bullshit. Okay. Guess they got into a heated war of words. Can we watch? I see Alexa Grasso's face. There we go. Okay, we can watch this together, guys. Let me share my screen. 1 second. We're going to share it up. Hernanov, thank you for 6 months of membership. Swipe right, and I had Trump at minus 130. What's the odds? Bro, I don't know. If Kamala Harris is predicted to win, the odds are getting closer. I'd be scared. But good luck. I hope you win, and so do I. I hope so. TC, thank you for the 5 buckaroonies, dog. You're a gangster. Let's go, TC. The money's flowing in already tonight. Listen, guys, let's get fucking rich tonight. Money line is Thursday night this week. All right, so I am going to share the screen. Bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-da. All right, let's play it. Let's reload this shit, actually. Come on. Where the fuck is it? Okay.
Bro, I was so pissed when I see the whatever.
If you have a problem with him, you can take it up with him. He'll fight you. If that's what you want, he'll do it. He's not.
Why we don't fight?
You said you were on to fight him. You didn't say you want to fight you.
But now
I dare you
I don't
to
want to
do it.
miss
I
our
think you
fight.
should. After the fight, you should try smack his face. You should definitely try that.
Yes.
That'd be funny. You should try that.
Like, it's
What's he
about,
saying?
bro, it's not about who's stronger and who's heavyweight or whatever. I'm talking about street fights. You know?
Yeah, you can street fight him.
Yeah,
I'd love to
that's
see
it,
that.
that's
Yeah,
it.
you'll die. You want to die? Is that what you're saying? He'll kill you. There's a reason there's weight classes. They're not. You're the one that wants to fight him.
So the bullshit that's going down, it's Merab saying he wants to smack Tim Welch in the face. That's funny as fuck, man. And obviously, Sean's gonna back his boy. The absolute savagery of it all. I love seeing it. I think it's good that this fight's already got a little bad blood coming to it. I don't know. I think that it's needed. I didn't want to see it respectful. I didn't think that the sweetness between the two would last very long. And listen, it worked out better than ever. Shit. All right, I'm going to pull up MMA Fight Center. I'm going to get ready to talk about these fights. If you've not watched the late night live before, people tend to get it twisted with my channel. Like, bro, why do you do predictions all the time? There's a different vibe of every pick show. This is the most sincere and honest show on the planet. I mean, obviously the weigh-in show as well, but this, I'm giving you my honest thoughts about everything, not just selling you on one pick or the other. It's more of a discussion, bro. I want to hear what you guys think about a lot of these fights, and obviously the people's polls are the most important aspect of this entire show. I'm going to also get, how do you spell Tiuliulin? Tiul, Tiuliulin. A weird last name. Tiuliulin. Boom. Tiuliulin. Wow, that was a nightmare. All right. So let's make it happen. Starting the card. I need to share the screen, but it's going to start in 1 second. Bam. Bum, 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 bum. This looks weird. Let me zoom in. I don't know why MMA Fight Center changed it so much, because they really threw my ebb and flow off of how I bring it up. But you know what? They're just trying to improve. I'll give them respect. Okay, that looks fucking weird, man. Holy shnikes. That's good. There we go. We don't need their feet in it. Boom. No, it's not good. Not good enough. Oh, boom. There we go. Cedric Dumas, Dennis Tiuliulin to start the card off. Make sure you guys smash the likes too, so we can start this thing off with a bang. And if you're new, subscribe. So my thought process on this fight is I'm going with Cedric Dumas to win, but ultimately he's not elite tier. And Tiuliulin's actually fought good competition like RoboCop, like Leroy Duncan, like Alias Hab, Khizriev, right? There's things to like. But let's look at this. He has a 10-9 record as a pro, bro. Like, he's a 50-50 fighter. It's not easy to go out and pick a 50-50 Tiuliulin. All right, 11-9. The UFC has him as 10-9. But Cedric Dumas still has upside potential at 9-2. Granted, he hasn't beaten anybody good. He did body Cody Brundage on the ground, which is something that I kind of like. He worked Cody Brundage with relative ease on the floor. And I'm just looking at it like Dumas should get him, man. He should be able to technically outstrike him. I feel like he's going to land bigger and better shots. Tiuliulin's he's a journeyman. So how I feel is Dumas at 28 or 38-year-old Tiuliulin. MMA tends to make sense with fights like this, and Dumas should probably get it on the damn card. I think that's the fucking move. Cedric Dumas for the win. The younger man to pull through. I think so. I feel like his boxing is cleaner. Grappling is going to be fine in this fight. I could even see him taking Tiuliulin down. And Tiuliulin's game is built upon chaotic power, but he's not that good or that powerful. So he's kind of just a dud journeyman. And I ultimately don't think that he has the goods to beat Dumas. Like, if Dumas loses, this is a horrible look for his career. And I think his UFC career ends ultimately. Even if like Tiuliulin loses, yeah, his UFC career is probably over. Loser leaves town type of fight. But I just think Tiuliulin at 11-9, come on. You can't pick the 1-4 in the UFC, Tiuliulin, to take out Dumas. He should be able to pull through. Now, reach advantage, Dumas is a factor too. Pretty much everybody's on Dumas. How do you think he gets it done? I feel like decision is live, but I will say submission is possible because of those long arms. But you got what? 2 submissions for Dumas. Maybe KO is more live. He was looking okay early against Nursultan Riziboyev. I think Dumas is good to go. He's a confident pick. I know he's not an elite fighter, but he's still a confident pick to pull through, get the win, outstrike Tiuliulin, make him uncomfortable. And, I feel like he doesn't have elite potential, but I don't think he's getting washed out of the UFC just yet. Now, if you look at the betting lines, he's a -225 favorite. So it is rather wide for Dumas, with Tiuliulin at +190, and an over 1.5 is -175. I'm anticipating an over 1.5. I don't really like the prop side. I think Dumas is a parlay piece, and Tiuliulin is a crappy underdog. Does that mean it's impossible for him to win? It's fucking cage fighting. But to me, if you told me I have to give somebody $100, and if they come out, I get the $100 back, I would rather have money on Dumas to win as opposed to Tiuliulin to get the win. So I'm going to go with Dumas as a pretty confident pick. I think he wins this fight. His hands are pretty smooth. His striking from the outside is good. He's more athletic. And ultimately, Tiuliulin is just one-dimensional. He lacks skill. Let's see what the people are thinking. You like a -3.5 on Dumas. Dumas in a small parlay with Shamil. I like your thought process there. What's up, Saspel? What's going on? Why did I pick Leon Edwards? Everybody after the fact picked Bilal. But before it, everybody picked Leon. Who else picked Oban Elliott, though? That's what I'll flex. Who else picked Oban Elliott? Who else picked Gregory Rodriguez? Those are my flexes. Yes, I got the main event wrong. It's a fucking cage fight at a high level, and Bilal looked amazing. When skills are this low, always go with the better athlete. Mark, you're onto something. Definitely a better athlete is Dumas. You think the loser gets Mokaev? I do. I hope that Mokaev isn't actually getting released. Good shit if you picked Oban Elliott. Ganks was a great pick. Thank you, bro. I think Oban Elliott's a G. I'm a fan of Oban Elliott, bro. Like, how do you not fuck with Oban? He's dope. I don't think these guys are chinny. I actually think that both take a decent punch. Tiuliulin's just, he's not good. He's not good. So Dumas to win the first fight on the card is a very sensible pick. He could go out there and stop a Tiuliulin, but throwing your life savings down on a stoppage, plus 290 for a Dumas knockout. And then an inside the distance for Dumas is plus 115. But he also could be very comfortable in winning a clean decision. So starting the card off, we're going to go with Cedriquez, Dumas, and everybody is in agreement. Dumas is 77% of the people's call. Good shit. All right, people. People starting it off with a good pick, I think. Favorite, that makes a lot of sense. Let's keep on running up the card. Okay. Hey, shout out Jersey Girl. What's up, Sugar Blossom? What's crack-a-lackin'? We're going to keep running as I get the, I don't know. I can't think clearly right now, man. I can think clearly only about talking picks, nothing else. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be doing the best bets, Useless. I'll be doing all of my thoughts, the 5 most confident calls, including the lock, favorite underdog section, favorite parlays. Bro, I've been hitting the D-Gen parlay for the past 2 weeks, bro. So I'm pretty stoked. All right, next fight on the card, we have Jai Herbert versus Rolando Bedoya. So what I'll tell you about this fight is you have 2 options. You pick a Jai Herbert who doesn't have a very high ceiling in the game, is a mid-tier British striker with okay speed, but lacks any true skill. Or you pick a Rolando Bedoya who lost a really competitive decision against a powerhouse in Chaos Williams in his debut. And then he lost to Song Kenan in a more clean fashion. But both of those fights were at 170 pounds. And he's also only 27. Currently, Bedoya decided, listen, I'm shredding up to 155. He looks in fantastic shape. He's training alongside of Charles Oliveira, Elvis Brener, and the other savages that shoot their bucks, Diego Lima's team. I think Rolando Bedoya is the pick in this fight because he has more upside potential. He could surprise Jai Herbert with takedowns. He could touch him up on the feet. I would rather be on the Bedoya underdog as opposed to trying to lay chalk on a Jai Herbert favorite. And I'm not just picking Bedoya for, shit's creek or shit's sake because, oh, he's a fucking dog. My thought process is, who is going to prove it and really fight hard as fuck? I think Bedoya's got more dog in him. We've seen Jai Herbert break before. We've seen him fold. We've seen him bodied. We've seen him beaten. Bedoya, he's lost up in weight, but he hasn't lost to these guys at 55. He came into the UFC at 14-1. There's still some potential. So I'm going with Bedoya. I might never recover if Corey loses. Mac McCheesy, thank you for $1.99. The Donald train is rolling tonight. I love to see it. Thank you. You might not recover this weekend. We'll talk about it. But you might not be recovering. You might not be recovering. Not touching this fight legit could go either way. How I think is there's a push for Bedoya, more dog in him, a little more pressure, can make him more uncomfortable. I think he's really live, man. I think he's really live. Bedoya by finish or plus 3.5, close decision, what you all? I think both are live methods, but the close decision wouldn't be crazy because Herbert is slick. Herbert almost beat Ilya, but it was one shot. It was a head kick. Ilya's a former it was a featherweight moving up to 55. Like, circumstantial fight. Jai Herbert got bodied by Farez. He's a mid-tier journeyman. I mean, if you want me to give you some more thoughts on Jai, yes, he had a draw with Ludovic Klein, which was rather impressive looking at it, in hindsight, but point deduction. Kyle Nelson win, 45er. Topuria loss, 45er. Beat Kamaworthy. I mean, I'll say this. He has one legit-ass UFC win, and that's a win over Kyle Nelson. But Kyle Nelson is a 45er. So you really gotta see. You gotta decide. I'm gonna go with Bedoya to outdog him. I'm gonna have some savage faith in the dog. Now, he's around the plus 125, plus 130 range. And Bedoya hasn't shown his grappling just yet in the UFC. And here's my thought process. Training with Shoot Their Box, I'm expecting Bedoya to have some dangerous ground skills. Now, he is a dog. Jai Herbert, the minus 145 favorite. I don't really love the prop betting side of this thing. I think Bedoya could outwork him over 3 rounds and win a decision, which is plus 300. But he could rock a Jai Herbert at plus 400 and win. But, Bedoya at times does slap his shots. It's not like there's certain picks you have to make, right? There's certain picks that you have to make based upon the potential consistent improvement of a young fighter on the come up, a la Oban Elliott, Preston Parsons. Now, I'm not saying that it's a guarantee that Bedoya wins. There's no fucking guarantees. But what I'll tell you is it has the somewhat similar writing on the wall. You have a Bedoya who's an up-and-comer. Now, granted, Preston Parsons had a nice little roll going. Jai Herbert coming off a loss. Bedoya coming off losses. Oban Elliott, undefeated prospect. But still, circumstantially, there are some relative similarities. And I think that I'm going to go with Bedoya to end up pulling through. I think he can get a close decision. I think it can be a hard fight that he grinds out. I think he can land takedowns, garner some control time, get a win using grappling. And I think that Rolando Bedoya is going to end up making us proud here. So I'm going to go with Bedoya as an underdog to get the win. And it seems that Bedoya is a really confident people's pick. 62% of you guys are going with the underdog Bedoya. But then we got the Bob in chat. Locking Jai Herbert? Wow. That's crazy. Crazy. That's crazy, bro. You're a wild man. You're locking Jai? I wouldn't lock Jai Herbert. I just saw your tweet. You're so right, bro. Your takes are on point. Your headspace is in the right place. Thanks, Useless. I think I'm just relatively down the center. Or like I don't get if there's any controversy with what I tweeted earlier today. I don't see it that way. I think it'd be kind of crazy. Guru says Herbert, we locking him. Guru's also British, and so is Herbert, though, no? You get what I mean? It's the British bias, bro. Jai Herbert's not that guy. Jai Herbert's never been that guy. I've never watched a Jai Herbert fight and been like, whoa. Been like, whoa, he's a savage. It's like, all right, it's Jai Herbert. All right, I'm going to throw the poll up for the next fight. This fight, I have some more to add to it that I feel, Sunday we lightly talked about, but there's definitely more to talk about here. Bum 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 bum. Ladies going after it. Victoria Dudakova versus Sam Hughes. I am picking. So I'm leaning Dudakova. And traditionally this show would be on Thursday. So I'd have some more elaborate discussions that can really add to the anticipation of Friday's weigh-in show for a potential flip, but I want to sit on this longer. I will tell you this. Sam Hughes is a girl that can fucking pressure, that can make a fight dirty, that can get on top, that's really physically strong. It will be no surprise if Sam Hughes grinds out a win. But Dudakova does have a better technical skill set, and she is quality in the grappling, but I would not bet Dudakova. I would not bet Dudakova. I don't know if you guys at home are considering throwing down on Dudakova, but here in this fight, sit down and relax. Just watch. Hughes is a dog. She's an underdog, but she's also just a dog, simply. She puts a lot of pressure. She makes fighters uncomfortable. She got a good gas tank. I like the style, okay? I like the style. But you know what I don't like? I don't like the technique. I don't like the technical skill. I think that Dudakova is a little bit cleaner. I think Dudakova is a little bit slicker. But Sam Hughes is going to bring pressure and pace. And if Dudakova gasses a bit, shows some weakness on the inside, I'm telling you, I really believe that Sam Hughes can embrace the grind and pull off a hard-fought decision. But do I really want to throw down on it? Not right yet. Not yet. Dudakova's got decent grappling, but we've seen her on the bottom. We've seen Dudakova on the bottom before. We've seen Dudakova uncomfortable before. We've seen Sam Hughes lose and come back, right? Losing fights against Amarin, then work her way back into the fight, being dog tough. So I'm going to go with Dudakova. I think she wins a split. Close decision. I don't think this is an absolute war. I don't think this is an absolute beatdown, but I think it is a Dudakova victory. I think Dudakova gets her hand raised in a close fight, though, and I will not touch it. Dudakova got staff pumping, staff bunda, gimme Sammy. I think the over is better here, too. I think Dudakova winning the first two, losing the third, slop fest. Yep. I think, yeah, I do think Mark nailed it. Mark, shout out to you, Mark. You're getting love in the chat. Shout out Mark for the money prediction. We're going to call him Money Mark in the chat. He's got the cleanest picks in the game. He's not your average Mark, okay? He's a fucking expert marksman with these fucking picks. Minus 164 for Dudakova. Hughes is plus 144. The over is minus 450, which I'm anticipating. Dudakova wins by a decision is minus 125. I am picking a Dudakova scorecard win, but the over is so juiced up. Fuck. But I do think the over happens. So the official prediction here is going to be Dudakova to pull through and win. She puts pressure. She makes it uncomfortable. And she gets a hand raised. If the split is plus 400, I'm on that, Mark. I think that'd be money. We're going with Dudakova. Chad is going with Dudakova. She may get past the Sam Hughes test, but if she goes out and loses to Sam Hughes, I'm not going to be shocked. And that's why Dudakova is not a high confidence pick. Not for me. Making a poll if it's cold sore or staff. Let's wait till we can see it up close, man. We'll see it at the weigh-ins. We'll see it at the fucking weigh-ins, bro. All right, I'm going to throw the poll up for the next fight on the card. There's a lot of fights on this card. Abu Dhabi is going to be good this weekend. I'm looking forward to it. UFC Abu Dhabi. All right. Poll is up. Next fight, we have Garam Kutateladze versus Jordan Vucenic. The odds here are completely flipped. Those odds are incorrect. What you're seeing is the opposite being true. Kutateladze is the favorite. Now, the pick in this fight is going to be Garam. I think that Vucenic has potential. He's known for a good grappling skill, and he seems to be a pretty good athlete. From what I see of his work in Cage Warriors, he seems like a promising prospect, but coming in on short notice and then taking on Garam, who, say what you want about him, still, I mean, he was supposed to be better than he's ended up being, right? He came into the UFC. He's supposed to be Hamzat's boy. He's supposed to be good. He's 1-2 in the UFC with one robbery win over Gamrot. Granted, he was robbed against Ismagulov in the next fight. Elves Brener knocked him out, but Elves Brenner's a fucking pit bull. I think he can beat a short notice Vucenic in this fight, probably by a decision. What's interesting, though, guys, is everybody who has picked Vucenic has picked him by submission. Now, granted, Tapology only has 14 votes in for this fight, but that's still interesting. Everybody picking Vucenic. I think he's subbing up Garam. I think that's a lot easier said than done. I don't think Vucenic's got the tools to sub him. I think Garam gets it on a hard-fought decision. As much as I think Garam is a bust, he should get past a young guy like Vucenic, who's ultimately unproven. 13-2 as a pro. Both of his losses, Paul Hughes is one of them. Paul Hughes is over in PFL now. And then Luke Ord, both decisions, though. And I think Garam adds a decision win to the resume over Vucenic. You got Garam in this one. Let's go. So far, you like all the picks. I appreciate you, man. Vic is moving up a weight class on short notice. Vic is a beast, but you got to go Garam. Well, the thing is with Vucenic, last time he was at 57, no? Yeah, he was at lightweight last time. I know normally he's at featherweight, though. You're right. The size difference going to be a factor. We're going with Vucenic. We're going with Garam to beat Vucenic. As much as I think Vucenic is promising at 155 against Garam Kutateladze, it just seems unlikely. Like, I know Elves Brener was the savage dog that beat Garam, and it's like, oh, maybe Vucenic can do it too. I don't think so. I don't think that's the case, man. We're going with Garam Kutateladze to win the fight. He's a minus 205 favorite with Vucenic at plus 175. I have to say, like, where is Vucenic going to beat him? He's going to sub him. He's going to sub the bigger man on short notice. He's got 2 knockout wins. Last time he got a KO was way back. And he's got some split decisions too in Cage Wars. He hasn't gotten a KO win since 2019. And to submit Garam just doesn't seem likely to me. Split decision win over Morgan Charrier 3 years ago. And now you're going to beat Garam. It just doesn't compute in my brain. So we're going with Garam Kutateladze. I think that should be the move. I think that should be it. Garam is a bad matchup for Vuce. Tough call on short notice. Agreed, man. Definitely agreed. Money line is Thursday. It's a Thursday money line. PFL, I don't know nothing about PFL. I don't know. If Mokaev goes to PFL, I'll do PFL. Mokaev's PFL's only hope. They better create a flyweight division and sign him. Everybody's picking Garam. 86% of the people are on Garam. If Garam fumbles the bag, my God. What a bad night that would be. But no, he shouldn't. Garam's good to go. It would be really surprising if he loses. Guys, we're at 55 likes. You know I want to see 100 likes by the end of the stream. So make sure you guys smash the like button. If it's your first time watching the Late Night Live, subscribe to the channel. I'm telling you, you're going to enjoy the show. You're going to love it. You're going to love it every single week, okay? Every single week. Normally Thursday, but today, Tuesday, because Moneyline's Thursday. I'm bringing it out. And at the end of the stream, assuming we hit 100 likes, I am going to do a vote from the people. And we're going to decide if I should do a members-only stream or if I should just go live for a quick Q&A. So we'll see. We'll find out at the end. Talk about that soon. Let's keep running up the card. Next fight, we have Shamil Gaziev versus Don Tail Mays. So I'm going with the fat boy, Shamil Gaziev. I'm going with Titties McGee. I know he looks horrible in that picture, but he's shown up in better shape than that. Let me tell you this. Dontel Mays is an incredibly mid-tier heavyweight, and I know Shamil Gaziev went out and essentially looked like the dud of all duds against Jairzinho Rozenstruik. But let's take a moment to acknowledge that it was Jairzinho Rozenstruik who's actually elite level. Like, say what you want about Jairzinho Rozenstruik. He has fought some of the best in the world, wins over, decent names, Junior Dos Santos being one of them. Yeah, he hasn't beaten anybody good really lately outside of Gaziev, but I still have faith that we have to respect Biggie Boy. I think Biggie Boy's dangerous, right? And I think that Gaziev hadn't been in there with somebody who was slick on the feet like that, somebody that could really find his chin, that could make him uncomfortable. He had never seen that. He'd run through pretty much everybody he fought besides Kirill Kornilov, and he went distance with him. So I believe that we're going to see a victory, a smothering victory, a pressure-heavy victory for Shamil Gaziev. I'm not ready to say that he's a bust of all bust. I think Gaziev makes Mays uncomfortable. He dominates him a bit, and I think he does find a rear naked choke. I really don't think that Dontel Mays is the guy to beat a Shamil Gaziev. Like, losing in a 4-round fight against Jairzinho Rozenstruik doesn't equal losing to Dontel Mays, right? It's just, it doesn't equal that. I'm done betting on unranked heavyweight fights after what I witnessed with Mo Usman. That's completely fair. And Gaziev's a chalky favorite around the minus 230 range. Even though I think he's going to win, I get the worries. Minus 210 is the favorite. Mays is a plus 180 underdog. I like submission here. Sub for Gaziev plus 400. I think Gaziev smothers Dontel Mays, makes him uncomfortable, throws some nice ground and pound, wears on him, beats him up a bit from top position. And I think we're going to see Shamil Gaziev right is wrong and get a W. If he can't beat Dontel Mays level, it's over. But you want to know why I think that Dontel Mays is in for trouble in this fight? Because look at the level of guys he's lost to. Nascimento, Augusto Sakai. Both fatter heavyweights that I would consider somewhat similar level to Gaziev, even Gaziev probably being a little better than both. And also he lost to Hamdouli Al-Abdulwahab, who ended up testing positive for steroids. But outside of that, right, there's nobody good that Dontel Mays has beaten. I mean, he's beaten the corpse of Andrei Arlovsky, but what does that tell you? I think that we're going to see Gaziev pull through. So Shamil Gaziev to make Mays uncomfortable, hit him with some clean shots and win. Biggie Boy's legit top 10. Mays has never done anything impressive. Mark, I completely agree. What's up, Living Like Larry? That's true about Mays. Yeah, facts. He doesn't have any good wins. He's not the guy for me. I think if Gaziev has any hope in the UFC, he wins this fight. Dude, I feel like I'm living like Larry. Mays will have his back against the fence, just like every other fight, and the fat man dominates. Grind heavy decision. I'm hoping that we see some entertainment between these two, though. But yeah, I won't hold my breath. You can't. I've just never been impressed with Mays. No power, no speed, can't grapple. Mark, you're on point tonight. I'm telling you, bro. Mark is the fucking marksman tonight because I agree so much with what you're saying. Look at Shamil's body shape. What the actual fuck? Shamil looks worse in that picture than reality, though. I think he carries a little less fat than that on the reg. Now, maybe he shows up fat as fuck here. All right, we still got prelim fights. Can you believe that? We're still on the prelims? This doesn't make any sense. Don't hold your breath because Gaziev definitely won't hold his. I think I'm confident in both in a sense, but I would slightly lean towards the side of Dumas only because heavyweights, bro, they can sell so hard in big fights and it just leads you to being so fucking angry. when you have a guy that you really think is going to win and he just sells. So next fight, Mohammad Yahya versus Kauê Fernandes. I don't think either one of these guys are UFC level. I don't think either one of these guys look UFC level. Am I a dickhead for saying that? I don't think so. I think Kauê Fernandes is slicker, not super slick, but slicker, bigger kicks, heavier punches, better grappler. Mohammad Yahya, when he fought against fucking Trevor Peek, I mean, I picked Trevor Peek going into that fight because I saw Yahya's game and I'm like, this guy only does well at sparring level paces. He's not good. No, he didn't look horrible. Fernandes didn't look horrible against Chiesa. This fight screaming a rig job. I know what you're saying, bro. Especially in the Middle East, you got Yahya from the region. Maybe they fuck Fernandes over in a close fight. Maybe they let Yahya grab the cage a bit as Kauê's going for takedowns. I'm still picking Kauê Fernandes. I'm not, picking for the side of favorable bias, leading towards a Yahya win because, bro, Yahya is just not good. I don't like Yahya's skill set. I don't like his style. I really don't have anything good to say about Mohammad Yahya's game. Okay, he's got okay striking from the outside. That's about it. There's nothing that stands out to me that's good. Whereas I can say, okay, at least Kauê Fernandes got big kicks. At least Kauê Fernandes fought Mark Chiesa and went to decision. At least he's got some wrestling. I'm going Kauê Fernandes for the win. I think he can get this. It's just you're looking at a fight where the odds suck. Minus 400 for Kauê with Yahya at plus 300. I just don't think that Fernandes is good enough to warrant betting $400 on him to win 100. So let me tell you what I think is going on here. This could be a robbery enacted for sure. Kauê Fernandes could be the overly blown favorite. People will throw him as the lock parlay piece. Yahya ends up edging out a split decision or a close win. And I look at this fight, and it's weird. I can see through the odds. The real odds for this fight lie somewhere around minus 150 for Kauê Fernandes to plus 130 for Mohammad Yahya. It should not be this spread. Fernandes is definitely the favorite coming in, and he should win, but it's not a 4-1. The lines are completely overblown here. And I just think that's suspect. Why would he? Because going distance with Chiesa, now you're 4-1. Even if they had him at minus 220, that's fine. But 4-1 favorite is just weird to me. I don't think he should be this big of a favorite. I think he's going to win the fight, but the odds are horrible in this matchup with way too long of way too wide of odds. I don't like it at all. He opened at minus 130. There's a difference between gambling and just being a fan. Looking at Fernandes, if you got him at, he opened at minus 170, I'm fine. Then if you got him at minus 170, that's a decent play. But at this big fucking line, minus 400, I think Kauê Fernandes getting his hand raised. If he gets robbed, that would suck. What's up, KZ? I'm glad Mokaev got cut. Bro tried to expose Cobb's anus in the cage. That's funny as fuck, KZ. KZ, I got a gift for you, bro. KZ, I trust you with this. Mod status. I need a quality mod that I can trust. So, KZ, there you go. Hopefully, the standard moderator status is something that you appreciate. Hopefully, you use your powers for good. I like that you have it. I trust you, KZ. Yeah, I think to sit on the outside of this one. But Fernandes is better. Fernandes should win. I think so. Yeah, big W. Big W for KZ with the fucking mod status, bro. I had to drop it. Grimy, I love you, but yeah, bro, I know Grimy sometimes be busting all over the place. Why do you take offense at that, Bob? I got you as a mod still. I've never questioned your mod status. And I heard through the grapevine you were smack talking me at a different channel. I wasn't offended. I took it as a joke. Static Extract, if you hear more often, I got you. And Hernanov, too. Johnny Drama. Johnny Drama. W's in the chat, guys. I'm not watering down Bob's wrench, man. I'm blessing KZ. He's a savage. Yeah, exactly, Grimy. It's what it's all about. I don't get offended at that. You guys can roast me all you want. I know the real ones versus the pansy asses that just fucking shit talk me for no reason. Bump, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum. Fernandes is 67% of the people's picks, and he should definitely win. Hey, let's go, KZ. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. I'm going to get the poll up for the next fight. Wow, we're already at the feature prelim, man. I'm curious if anybody is playing the underdog in this fight, because I see the temptation. Featured prelim is Alonzo Menifield versus Azamat Murzakanov. I'm picking the side of Azamat Murzakanov. And I mean, how can I go out and pick Alonzo after he got flattened in seconds fighting 2 months ago, 2 months and 2 weeks. So 10 weeks ago, really. Just stupidly blitzing Carlos Ulberg and getting chinned. I don't think that he's a horrible dog. Like, Menifield's a powerful guy with good athleticism. He's got a lot of knockout power, though. It's a factor. Even though he's not super technical with his hands, he's got nice wide hooks. And if he finds that chin, he can knock out a lot of guys in the light heavyweight division. Murzakanov, my gripe with him is he should be fighting at 185, and he's not intimidating in the slightest. Like, I won't lie to you. If you saw these two facing up in the street, you're like, yo, Menifield's going to beat the shit out of him. But then when you watch Murzakanov, he's a southpaw. He's very slick with his hands. He's got nice overhands. He has legit power. A little faster than Menifield, a little cleaner to the target, though Menifield is a better athlete. And I would say pound for pound power. I mean, it's not pound for pound because Murzakanov should be an 85er, but pure power, I favor Menifield's. Though I think Murzakanov has slightly more precision. So I just feel like I lean Murzakanov to win because a questionable fight IQ on the side of Alonzo Menifield worries me. The chin of Alonzo Menifield worries me. But Murzakanov is unproven as fuck, and I don't think he's that great. And Menifield hits hard. I'm tempted to go Menifield. I already made, official picks, but I won't lie to you. I honestly think Menifield is dangerous. Currently, I'm going to go Murzakanov for now. Murzakanov for now. But there are some worries. There's some worries. He's not proven at all. It's not proven. Hey, thank you, Real Sports Bets, for the love, man. I appreciate you, bro. Alonzo looks a bit slow in the head, bro, when he fought like it against Ulberg. I know. And that's why, how can I go out and pick him when he got chinned a month ago? How can I pick him when he got chinned clean a month ago? So I'm going to stick with Murzakanov. If Menifield wouldn't have been knocked out a month ago by Carlos Ulberg, I might be picking him here. It's just that fucking fight IQ is sus. Is so sus. And if the chin is weathered from that last fight, Murzakanov clobbers him with a big punch. I'm going to ride the momentum of Murzakanov by KO. But I like to give you guys my thought process as I sit and, like, ponder each side. How does Menifield win? I think he'd have to put on a bit of a display, drop Murzakanov with a big punch, control him against the cage, really stay on point for 3 rounds. Whereas I think Murzakanov is so much slicker that he might rock Menifield early, which even if he doesn't knock Menifield out, it could cause Menifield to shy away from throwing big shots. I doubt Menifield fights that dumb again after what happened. Azamat can still catch him, though. I agree, KZ. You can still catch him, but truth is, if he blitzes like that, my God. Murzakanov is 81% of the people's pick, whereas the odds have Murzakanov as a 2-1 favorite, where Menifield is a +170 underdog. The over 1.5 is -145. Murzakanov to get it done by a decision is +265, with a KO at +125. OV is always viable for a parlay piece, okay? That's the truth of it all. OV is always viable for a parlay piece. Murzakanov will be my pick in this fight because I simply think Menifield's fight IQ is too suspect, and I believe he may lose the fight. Let's keep on running up the card. There's more action. There's more savagery. I'm going to get the poll up for our main card opener, and then we're going to talk about it. OV EVs always have a favorable bias for me. But when you fade them at the right times, like Rajabov with Ogden, you get hit nicely. All right. Poll is up. Let me get to our main card opener. If you guys are enjoying the breakdown, if you guys like the late night live, if you like the people's calls getting dropped in chat, make sure you all smash that like button. And if it's your first time watching, this isn't the one and only show, one of many pieces of content that I drop all week. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. We have Yoel Alvarez versus Brener. I say Elves. It's just a habit for me. But Elvis Brener. I think Brener outdogs him. Alvarez is cleaner with the striking, a little slicker, a little quicker. But he has really suspect takedown defense. Brener is good from top position and has decent jiu-jitsu. He has power in his hands too. I think Elvis Brener is live to pull off a victory in this fight. I don't think it's an easy match, but I think it's a winnable fight for sure. Elvis Brener hits hard. Elvis Brener can make you uncomfortable on the ground. Alvarez is cleaner with jiu-jitsu and has a reach advantage. But something just screams Brener's live in this fight. I think Brener's got so much dog in him that I got to go with the elf. I'm going with the elf. The elf to pull through and win is going to be my official prediction. I think he's live late for a finish. I mean, the way he looked against Garam was good. Even late, he looked fine against Mitsabek Orbay. He gave Orbay a difficult fight. Obviously, Orbay deserved the win, but still, Brener fought hard there. And when I look at Yoel Alvarez, I question him later in fights. I question the grappling. I know the jiu-jitsu is good. The offensive jiu-jitsu of Alvarez is super impressive. But Elvis Brener is not a Mark Jacasey where he's going to give you the submission. He's not a Thiago Moises who's going to let you bully him. Elvis Brener is going to fight his ass off from any fucking position and give it his all. So I think Brener can pull through in a very hard fight over Yoel Alvarez here. I'm going with the Brener side to get it done. Obviously, there's things to like on the side of Yoel Alvarez. He's a good fighter. I'm not trying to knock him. The dude's 20-3 for a reason. Win over Mark Chiesa was a year ago. Then it's 2.5 years ago against Arman Sarukian. He got beat up badly on the ground. Beat Thiago Moises the fight before that. Alexander Yakovlev, that doesn't mean much, and subbed up Joe Duffy. Whereas Elves Brener, UFC debut, was a year and a half ago. He lost a controversial, or excuse me, he won a controversialist fight against Zabaira Tuhugov. I actually thought he did lose that decision, to be fair. Tuhugov's a weird customer, and I think Brener looked better following up in the next fight. Beats Garam Kutateladze by a late stoppage and fucking brought the hammers to that fight. Slept Kainan Krucheski in one punch and is showing obvious improvements in his skill set at only 26. Then he loses to Mitabek Orabai, but gives him an incredibly hard fight. I think he's live to beat Yoel Alvarez, even though on paper, right, you look at Alvarez, 20-3, big height and reach advantage. Is Alvarez the type of guy that works off a jab, fights from the outside, and outpoints you for 3 rounds? I don't think that's him. I don't think that's him. I'm going with Elves Brener. Show with me and Finch is Thursday this week. If you're looking for money line, Thursday. Thursday is the money line. That's why I'm doing this show tonight, so I can keep you guys busy, keep you guys entertained. Brener is like 62% of the people's pick. He is a big underdog. Wow, plus 163 for Elves Brener. Over is minus 175, over 1.5. Alvarez is minus 188, the favorite. Brener wins inside distance plus 360. Brener by KO plus 525. Decision is plus 250. I guess how I look at it, if you're going to bet Elves Brener, you're going to just straight up underdog it, or maybe you're playing an over 1.5 because I think it can go into the later stages. Arman broke him and showed his lack of wrestling. This will be fun. Yeah, different fight for sure. Let's find out what they got. You think Brenner's overrated? All right. Listen, Brener might be slightly overrated, but Yoel Alvarez properly rated. He's decent. The thing is, Yoel Alvarez has horrible takedown defense, and Elves Brener has good grappling. How can I comfortably pick Alvarez, who might be on the bottom for 3 rounds? He gets grinded out. So I'm going with Elvis Brener by a decision, and I think the over 1.5 is pretty live. And looking at the odds, Brener, dog status is not a bad look one bit. Not a bad look one bit. Brenner's at 64% of the people's picks. Okay, people. I see what the people are thinking. The people are coming up with magic this week. Yeah, the people have agreed with me on every one of the picks. That's crazy. Very interesting. All right, let's keep running. Let's keep on running up the card. Next fight, we're going to have the ladies going after it. The over 1.5 is looking good, bro. Yeah, I think it's a good play. Anytime real sports bet picks. I think it's a good play, brother. Oh. All right. Next fight on the card, we have ladies going after it. We got Mackenzie Dern versus Lupita Godinez. I'm going Lupi Godinez to grind a hard-fought win out. Like, I think it's a good back and forth. I don't mean grind as in a boring fight. I mean grind like she's going to get it by a nudge, because Mackenzie Dern is good, right? But she hasn't ever learned from past mistakes. Mackenzie Dern is a flawed fighter that, in my opinion, just consistently makes the same errors. Like defensively, offensively, weird blitzes of strikes. She gets frustrated and gets caught with big shots. Lupi Godinez has a quality wrestling game. She has a quality grappling game, and she has a tight boxing style that's a little bit cleaner than Mackenzie Dern. I think Godinez is going to land some decent punches on the feet. I expect a boxing match between these two. And when I look at it, I think that Lupi Godinez can pull off a decision on Mackenzie Dern. If we're striking, I think Godinez is slightly better. If we're grappling, I think the wrestling of Godinez cancels out Dern's jiu-jitsu. And I think we have a competitive striking affair. And I'm going to go Lupi on the judges' scorecards. I think she can win. She can outbox her. And also, Lupi has not reached the highs of MMA yet. Whereas we've seen Mackenzie Dern get her shot at #1 contenders fights, and then she ends up fumbling. The McCaffrey Bros, thank you for $2 early, but Tony Ferguson by KO, who's with me? The McCaffrey Bros, thank you for the $2. I hope that your $2 goes towards the possibility of Tony Ferguson winning with the good vibes, but I don't know about that. I don't know. We'll see. McCaffrey Bros, thank you for the 2. I think we're going to see a win for Lupi. I think Lupi pulls through. I like Lupi Godinez. Plus 106. She's a good underdog. Mackenzie Dern, minus 126. I'm going Lupi to outwork her. Lupi to edge out a victory. I think there's a style that favorably matches up with her. It's Lupi. And you know what? The Verna Jandiroba loss isn't looking too bad either now for Lupi Godinez. And I know you say, oh, Dern beat her some years ago. Dern beat a very far from the prime version of Jandiroba that we're seeing now. And Lupi Godinez is going to beat Mackenzie Dern. Over is sensible at minus 225. Official prediction is Godinez by decision, which sits at plus 125. And I ultimately think that Lupi Godinez is a good underdog pick in this fight, and even a good underdog play if you're looking to bet on the ladies. I think she's going to pull through. I see her getting a hard-fought win. We're going with Lupi. The people in the chat agree. 77% of the people are like, listen, I'm on the same side. Guys, we're at 71 likes in the chat. We still have about 4 fights to go. And I think that we need to hit the 100 likes, the triple digits tonight to make this show an absolute banger. So please do your part. Smash the hell out of the likes, and some savagery will come. And then we'll talk about what the next move is after this show, because I'm doing another live stream. It's just inconclusive whether it's members only or if it's Q&A. We'll see soon. We'll talk at the end, and we'll get everything sorted. I agree, bro. 131 people here. We should have 100 for sure. Come on, peeps. Come on, my savage. I know it's a Tuesday. I know it's a show you weren't expecting today, but still show the love. And I'm telling you, man, you're not disappointed with the content when you consistently watch it. Now, the rest of these fights, things get fucking crazy, bro. Things get crazy. Thank you for the like, bro. Thank you all. I see you guys. I don't think Lupi loses either. Next fight on the card, Tony Ferguson versus Michael Chiesa. You know who I'm picking here? I'm going with Michael Chiesa, but damn, I don't want to pick him. I don't understand. Minus 725. I wouldn't bet it. I think you're better off betting Tony Ferguson. Bet Tony Ferguson by Darce choke, because he could catch Chiesa in something crazy. Ultimately, Tony Ferguson is completely washed, and he's on a 7-fight losing streak, which is exactly why he's sitting at this big of an underdog side, upper weight class against a guy, Michael Chiesa, who I believe in Tony Ferguson's prime, he would have handled. Tony Ferguson handles a prime, or Tony Prime handles a prime Chiesa. But Tony Ferguson is so fucking washed, man. You guys got to recognize when it's over. Mark, thank you for gifting a month of membership. I appreciate you. Tony Ferguson is washed as fuck. Tony Ferguson is washed as it gets. Tony Ferguson is completely washed. Completely washed. And I believe Chiesa might grind out a win. And I also think that if Tony Ferguson wins, I'll be happy to be wrong here. I'll be really happy to be wrong. I hope. But fuck, I'm picking Chiesa. Minus 6. I'm not betting this shit. I'd only consider a bet on Tony Ferguson. Ferguson by submission plus 800. Let's fucking get it. Ferguson by submission. He pulls through and wins. There's no money on Chiesa for me. I'm not betting. I'm not even putting the energy out there to him. I want to pick El Kakui, but as much as I love him, he's looked so bad in his last few. And granted, Chiesa's looked like complete shit too. He got subbed up by Kevin Holland last time. He looked okay against Sean Brady. Looked okay against Luke. I mean, he mostly got bodied on the ground by Brady. He hasn't fought in 11 months. Dude, I just think Tony Ferguson's time is over. The odds are crazy, though. To see him, you know, as a plus 400 or more underdog is crazy. I hope Tony wins. I hope Tony wins. Even though I'm picking the side of fucking Schmuckessa. I'm picking Chiesa. I hope Ferguson wins. And I see the chat is all over T-Ferg. Tony will get cut after a loss. And please don't let him fucking box Jake Paul. Tony just can't move the same. His body doesn't respond the same. He doesn't fight the same. Nothing he does is the same. He's a washed fighter, bro. And I'm picking Chiesa to win against a washed Tony Ferguson. As sad as it is, as depressing as it may sound, I'm picking him. You guys aren't, though. You guys are going the side of Ferguson. I respect the people for backing an OG, but, like, let's be real here. He's washed as fuck. He's washed as fuck. He's completely done. He's completely washed. He got nothing left. He looks like a shell of his former self. He seems to have lost his mind as well. So I can't comfortably pick Tony Ferguson. It is what it is. Let's keep running. Next fight on the card, Marlon Vera versus Davison Figueiredo. It serves as the featured bout. If Chito Vera can keep it standing, I can see him outstriking Figgy. But Figgy's going to look to wrestle. I saw the clip going around of him training in Abu Dhabi with Habib's team, and we know he's worked with Henry Cejudo in the past. So a wrestle-heavy Figueiredo is going to be very interesting for Marlon Chito Vera. Because if Vera's taken down consistently, I can see Figgy grinding out a win. But have a little faith for a second. Davison Figueiredo just beat an absolute corpse version of Cody Garbrandt, okay? A completely washed Cody Garbrandt. Fight before that, he beat Rob Font, who's pretty good. Marlon Vera, coming off the championship fight with O'Malley, showed his incredible toughness, loses that fight, but got his face broken in the process and, you know, still was able to keep fighting. I think Chito Vera is alive if it's striking. Like I said, he's got the slight reach advantage, a little taller. He's got good leg kicks. He can box fairly well. He's got big power. Figueiredo throws hard too. He's got nice power as well, and he's going to look to grapple. It's a worrisome pick on Chito Vera. I don't know why I got a hunch that this is danger zone. I want Chito to win, so I guess the Chito Vera pick, this could be a little too much of a fan pick. Like, this could be my Tony Ferguson pick because I don't want Chito to lose. You guys don't think Chito can handle Figgy's pace? Figgy should outclass Vera. Chito takes too long to get it started. You got Figgy by decision. Chito doesn't fight with a plan. He just goes in there and sees what happens, and that could definitely fuck him over here. I think Figgy's OP at bantamweight. So you guys think Figgy's making a run for the title at bantamweight? Damn. I don't like Get Darce choke, bro. He's too fucking negative. I'm going to put him in timeout. He's a whiny fuck. He shows up once every 6 months, and now he's just talking shit. You taking Chito? Well, I'm glad somebody's with me. Real Sports is with me. I think he can pull it off. I'm not getting swayed by you guys just absolutely writing him off. The leg kicks are there. The power kicks are there. The boxing is there. The size advantage. The youth. I know that Figgy's got some nice wins in a row. But Chito Vera is still that guy. Chito Vera is still that guy. You guys going Figgy all day. So you guys are predicting Figueiredo by a boring decision. Because I don't think Figgy's subbing Chito Vera. I'm going Chito Vera. He keeps it upright. He lands some big shots. He rips some leg kicks. Even in a 3-round fight, he can win. Who has Cheeto beat? Pedro Munoz. Yeah, he beat Pedro. Dominic Cruz, Rob Font, Frankie Edgar. Beat Sean O'Malley at one point. I mean, Figueiredo was the king of the flyweights for a long time. And he looked like a god there. Wow, isn't it crazy? 23-9 for Cheeto, 23-3 for Figgy. Worrisome pick. If you think Figgy's too good, I get it. I get a little nervous. I get it. I get it. I get it. I'm sitting here just looking. I'm like, fuck, could this be just a bad matchup for Cheeto and him getting overglazed because of that O'Malley win, but never being elite? Whereas we know Figueiredo's championship material. For now, I stick with Cheeto Burrito Vera. I'll go Cheeto Burrito Vera for now. Hey, thank you, man. Yeah, the Oban Elliott pick was legendary. Figueiredo is the people's pick. He is the favorite at -140. Vera +120. I do predict this fight hits over 2.5, which is -295. I like Cheeto. I like Cheeto Burrito, man. Cheeto's my boy. I'm going to stick with him. We're going with the Cheeto gang. If I'm right, I look like a genius. Thank you, bro. We'll see. We'll see. It's a dangerous fight. We'll see who takes it home. Guys, we're at 86 likes, 14 away from 100. We need that 100. We need that triple-digit love. We need that triple-digit savagery. We got 2 fights left on the card. Bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum. Ba-dum bum bum ba-dum. All right. Oh shit. Get your votes in for the co-main. Let's jump to it. We got Shara Bullet Magomedov versus Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. I am picking Shara Bullet. When you have the battle of man with one arm versus one eye, I'm going with the man with one eye. Like, weird. Oleksiejczuk's arm looked essentially snapped last time. He wasn't tapping against Kevin Holland. He was letting that arm break. Is his arm at 100% for this fight? It looked like he had a broken arm. He had a broken arm. You can't tell me otherwise. Dislocated elbow at the least. Like, the arm was fucked. I'm going to bring it up on screen. Because I got to remind you guys that his arm was destroyed last fight. This was his arm. Oleksiejczuk's arm got fucking broken. Oleksiejczuk broke his arm, and he's turning around at lightning speed. He confirmed 0 injury. You sure he's not just saying that? Because it looked like it was fucking broke. Dislocated. Well, maybe Oleksiejczuk's just built differently. And I know that Oleksiejczuk has good boxing. But I think his arm was broken. And I think they're doing this fight as they're giving Oleksiejczuk a good payday. I'm not saying it's fixed that he's going to lay down, but he's fighting in a suboptimal health state. And I think Shara Bullet's going to kick him with some big body shots, rip him with some clean punches. I think Shara Bullet could put out Mikhail Oleksiejczuk, especially with body shots. Bullet is going to do well because he's the bigger man in there. Like Tricoli was way taller than him, and Bullet had some trouble. And I know Bullet's not elite. And Oleksiejczuk can definitely box, but it's just weird, man. 2 months ago, he breaks his arm, but now he's got no injury from that fight. The ref shouldn't have stopped it then. And he's fighting Bullet. I'll tell you this much, though. Bullet's dangerous guy to have in your parlays. Dangerous guy to have the life bet on, because Oleksiejczuk's a longtime UFC veteran. Oleksiejczuk dropped Kevin Holland last time. He's got nice hands for sure. Knocked out Chidi Njokuani, slept Cody Brundage, slept Sam Alvey, beat Shamil Gazimatov, has a win upper weight class against Modestas Bukauskas. Went distance with Dustin Jacoby. The thing, too, with Oleksiejczuk, he's actually known for horrible jiu-jitsu, whereas Bullet is not known for grappling. He's never won a fight by submission. So this is a real striker versus striker fight. So I'm going to go with the Pirate. I'm going to go with Bullet. I think he can win. I'm going with Bullet. Shot a bullet to pull through. Cleaner kicks. Oleksiejczuk not fighting at 100%. I just don't think they'll want Shara to lose in front of the Abu Dhabi crowd. It just seems like a setup to me in some capacity for Shara to get a knockout. And Oleksiejczuk win would be massive after seemingly breaking his arm last fight, but I'm being told he didn't break his arm. But, how can I fully believe that? How can I fucking believe that? I can't. It looked like his arm was snapped. He's a really wide favorite at minus 225. This is Bullet. Oleksiejczuk's a plus 190 underdog, over 1.5 minus 140, and a Magomedov KO minus 115. This is maybe one you want to sit and chill on, because I believe Bullet is destined to eventually be exposed. But I'm just not so sure that a one-armed Mikhail Oleksiejczuk is the guy to expose him. Everybody is picking Bullet. So I don't know. Even though it's 82%, I'm thinking this is a stay away fight. You sit down, watch, and enjoy. If you're looking to bet, why bet on this one? Why not just enjoy? You like the over 1.5? I think it's live for sure. We'll see. Dude, my beard is getting so long, guys. You see this? Thing's getting long as hell. I think I should grow it out like this. Become the Jesus of the MMA prediction game. It's just like all the way down here. That'd be kind of cool. OV and over 1.5 easy. I see you, TC. Diet red. I'm doing the red beard. That would be savage. Duck Dynasty AJ, yeah. That'd be funny as fuck. I'm thinking sometimes I should twirl my mustache before a live stream just for jokes. That would be funny as shit. All right. I am going to throw the poll up for our main event. I'm excited to see where the people's picks lie for the main event of the evening. Main event of the evening, we have Corey Sandhagen versus Umar Nurmagomedov. If you guys are watching live, make sure you smash the likes. We definitely want to hit 100 live likes. If you're watching on replay, this doesn't apply to you. We're probably already past 100. So if you're watching, still smash the likes. If you're new to the channel, first time watching, you like what you hear and you like the vibe, subscribe. I got daily content. It's not just predictions. It's all things UFC. And I'm looking forward to having some savage content this week. So Corey Sandhagen or Umar Nurmagomedov? I am going to go with the unproven Umar Nurmagomedov because I just have to ride the OV train in Abu Dhabi. We saw Ikram Aliaskarov step in on short notice and take on Rob Whittaker and lose at the first ever Saudi Arabia UFC card. We're now in Abu Dhabi, and I'll be damned if another OV takes an L in the Middle East in a main event. I just don't think it's going to happen. They've been trying to set this fight up for years. And as good as Corey Sandhagen is, for whatever reason, he doesn't have the UFC behind him and he doesn't have a significant push. Whereas Umar Nurmagomedov, who hasn't fought anyone near the level of Corey Sandhagen's resume, is getting a hard push by the UFC into this major spot, and he's a huge favorite. Now, you may be asking yourself, okay, but does competition level tell all? You want to know why it doesn't? Simply by who is in the training room with the likes of Umar Nurmagomedov, working consistently with his cousin, Khabib Nurmagomedov, working with his brother, Usman Nurmagomedov, one of the best lightweights outside of the UFC, working with the lightweight champ, Islam Makhachev. There's elite level guys in the training room that Umar has been working with since he was a child. So he has seen high level fighting looks. Sure, he hasn't fought anybody that's elite in the UFC yet, but we still have to respect the undefeated record and we have to respect the chain wrestling ability. Now, you may be telling yourself, well, Bekzat hurt him last fight. Bekzat Almakhan is a super legit guy on the come up. Bekzat is going to have a good UFC career, and Umar wrestled the fuck out of him after getting caught early, and I guarantee you they didn't expect nothing from Bekzat on short notice. Hani Barshalos, he destroyed. He dominated Nate Menes, beats Brian Kelleher by subs up Sergey Morozov, right? Corey Sandhagen, Rob Font win, Marlon Vera win, Song Yadong win. Can we look at Corey's last 3 wins? What is something new that Cody has added to his arsenal? Using the grappling skills, using the wrestling. There is no wrestling option in this fight against Umar Nurmagomedov, and it's not like Umar is a bad striker. He's decent on the feet. He's quick. He's loose. He has nice kicks. He's light with the bounce. I think Umar Nurmagomedov's good, man. I think Umar Nurmagomedov's going all the way, and I know that everybody probably hates to hear it. I know. I don't blame him for hating to hear it. I hate to hear it. But we have to live in the real world. The Nurmagomedov team, the OVs, the elite level wrestling, the pressure chain wrestling style with quality stand-up on top of it is so dominant in MMA right now. We just saw Bilal, who's worked with the likes of the Khabib team, dominate Leon Edwards for a win. Now we're seeing Umar get his chance to work his way into the elite of the weight class, and I think Umar gets it done. Now, can he finish? Tough task, but possible. We've seen Corey Sandhagen submitted early in his run. I mean, not super early in his run, but it was a while ago. He was submitted all the way back in 2020 against Aljamain Sterling. That was his 13th or rather 14th professional fight. Since then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins and 2 losses. His only L's come against Petr Yan, who's a stud, and TJ Dillashaw, who I honestly thought he beat. But Umar Nurmagomedov is going to be a difficult matchup for him, and I think Umar is going to end up getting his hand raised. So I'm going with the Khabib cousin. I'm going with Team Khabib to win. Team Khabib to win. Umar Nurmagomedov with the victory. They pull through. They're just too fucking good, man. I think they're too clean with it, too consistent, too precise. Guys, we're at 100 likes. Let's run it up to 105. I appreciate you guys for smashing the likes. Now let's look at these chalky odds. Minus 300 for Umar Nurmagomedov with Corey Sandhagen as a plus 250 underdog. Look at that. Damn those odds. Nurmagomedov to win via decision sits at plus 125 with a sub sitting at plus 285. Umar Nurmagomedov has decent submissions. He's got 7 sub wins opposite 8 wins via decision. Corey Sandhagen has been submitted just 1 time, 4 losses as a pro, 3 by decision though. So not an easy guy to submit, but I think it's possible that we have a submission for Umar. He's also going to have the advantage fighting at Abu Dhabi. It's essentially the second home to all Muslim fighters. I think he pulls through. The Russians have the advantage over there, man. That's why I think Umar is going to win it. Even though he's unproven, Umar is going to do his thing. He's close to a title fight. I love Corey, but yeah, he can't fuck with Umar. He can't fuck with Umar. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Sandhagen Ring of Fire walkout in San Antonio was sick live. He's probably going to have to walk out to something badass here. He's going to need to come out to something savage. 64% of the people are on Umar Nurmagomedov. Umar's going to win, guys. As much as we may have love for Sandhagen, as much as I have love for Sandhagen, I got to pick it as I see it. And I think that Umar Nurmagomedov is ready to go. And I think he's primed. I know you guys are saying sheesh in the chat. Chat, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a members stream tonight, okay? After this stream, I'm going to throw up timestamps, and then I'm going to be doing a members-only live stream. If you're a member of the channel, you already know where to find them. Run over to the members tab. They'll be up. If you're not a member, but you want to join the members streams, I'm bringing them back with a vengeance today. So make sure you tune in. Umar, best 135er in the world. What's up, Paku? Good to see you, dog. Shout out to you. Members only coming up next, man. Members coming. We're going to have a Savage members show. It's going to be a great time. I'm looking forward to chatting it up with my members, man. It's been too long for the members, man, because last week was a stack week. We didn't do it, but this week we're coming out. We're coming out on a Thursday doing it. A Thursday, like McGregor would say. Yeah, members is coming. I should be live for members by no later than 9:10, but hopefully, or excuse me, 10:10. But hopefully like 10:05. That's my goal for this one. That's my thought process. 10:05 would be A tier. Because I got to do timestamps, and then I'm going to grab myself a fucking drink, and then I'm going to get ready to bring the vengeance. Shout out to everybody watching. I appreciate you all. Yeah, this show, if you weren't here earlier, normally is a Thursday show, but because I'm doing Moneyline Thursday, I had to bring this today because this has honestly become one of the most requested shows that I keep doing. So I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. See you guys for the members. I'll be doing this week's Best MMA Bets tomorrow, as well as I'll be doing the normal live stream Q&A, probably an hour and a half, something like that, Q&A-ing it up. Thursday, I will have a live stream Q&A like the Tuesday show, but also I'll have Moneyline in the evening. So lots of content for me. And then Friday, weigh-in show on a live stream, Saturday, Fight Companion. We're closing in on 35,000 subscribers. So I'm very excited for it. Thank you guys for the kind words in the comments. I appreciate you all. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Listen, keep it strong up here, okay? Let's make some great things happen. Let's stay savage. Let's not cower down. Let's keep on pushing forward. See the members in the member stream. If you're not a member, I will be going live tomorrow. But yeah, if you're a member, come through. Useless. You got to re-sign up your membership, my brother. I need to chat it up with you. Guys, have a great one. I'll see you tomorrow, or I'll see you in members, depending on if you're a member. Sign up if you haven't. Peace, guys.